Ever since the beginning of time, there was one form of movie that surpassed them all. College movies. From the first moment I saw Jason Biggs twiddle his little thing while Blink-182 plays in the background, I fell in love. I was a young little boy. I didn't know much. I was like, why is he doing it with a sock? Does that feel nicer? Spoiler alert, it does not. It feels worse. I don't know why that became a trope of something people should do. And I don't want to start telling people what feels nice because this is not a sex-positive channel. I hate sex. But I do love college movies, so that's why we're here, to talk about them, but not about the good ones. Not about the masterpieces like American Pie and, oh shit. The In-Betweeners movie? I don't know. I wanted to talk about a Netflix movie I saw that was so bad, called Oh, Ramonaa. It starts off very pornographic, with some glamour shots of Ramonaa. She's a hot babe with a strange bowl cut, kinda like a brunette bolo, but it works. So Andre here, our main little guy, he has a crush on Ramonaa, but clearly that's not gonna happen. I mean, look at him. Look what happens when his best bud Silvio is offering him a sweet J.
Wait a minute. There could be cops in the audience, or even worse, children. So we totally were not doing drugs. We were, eating bananas.
So yeah, this is one of the issues with the movie. It kind of steals from other stuff. Like, this is a joke from How I Met Your Mother.
Kids.
Later on, it takes a bunch from Scott Pilgrim. It takes from meme culture. It's very strange. Anyway, Andre is getting up there to hit on Ramonaa. They're dancing, having a good time, and all of a sudden...
I really had to go take a leak.
Now, you may be wondering, why do all these actors sound weird? Why do they sound like you, Yotam? And that is because they're Romanian. It took me way too long to figure this out. So, of course, in the bathroom, Andre finds a big log of shit.
Holy shit.
And when I saw that, I was like, this movie's good. Where did they get the Unreal Tournament announcer? Wow. The intro, of course, looks like any shitty Netflix movie. Just bad After Effects, really heavy Photoshop, smushed together. After some dumb scene with Andre and his mom, we're introduced to a party scene and we see a man jerking off very quickly into a woman's eye. She screams it's over.
You gonna hook up with her?
Andre tries once again to dance with Ramonaa. This time she's like, yeah, I'm down to fuck, let's do this. But Andre is like, I want love, I do not want just sex. Let's be together.
Want a relationship. Say what?
So he refuses to have sex with her, she gets upset.
I just nutted when your boobs touched my chest.
God, you're a fucking moron.
Wow, twice.
I love his delivery there. He's like, wow, I come twice. This is so nice, this is so cool. I did 2 comes.
Fuck you.
His friends literally want to beat him up for wanting to be in a relationship with a woman.
Listen, motherfucker. I would take a science test every day for the rest of my life just to smell that pussy.
Okay, now wait, okay, wait. I can just imagine the writer going like, what the kids hate. Science tests. What do they love? Sniffing pussy, of course. Thanks, Netflix. And so for some reason, Ramonaa starts dating Silvio, and Andre is like, hey, Silvio, don't do that. She's just trying to make me jealous. So he gets punched, Scott Pilgrim style. And so he's crying to his mom, going like, you remember Ramonaa? She don't like me anymore. And his mom is like, yeah, I actually have a decent American accent.
What do you actually need?
A break.
And so they go on vacation? I don't know. All of a sudden, he's in love with a lobby girl, so he walks up to the bartender to ask to get some deets.
Hey, do you know the girl at the front desk?
I heard she's into... video chat!
It took me so long to understand that video chat means like being a cam girl. But on first viewing, I was like, why did that man just scream video chat? I wasn't listening, I'm watching a Netflix movie, I'm not there. I'm having like a weird, bad out-of-body experience. Anyway, he walks up to her, he tells her she's the most beautiful girl in the world in the lobby.
Congrats. You ran the chance to ask me my name.
And she's of course smitten.
What is your name?
Anemona.
Anemona, what a beautiful name. Doesn't sound like a disease or something you'd put into Wolverine's bones for maximum efficiency. So they go out on a date on a beach. The moon is so big they should be wiped off by a huge wave, but unfortunately they're not.
You know what guys are like. If a girl says no, she's suddenly a slut.
That's not true. Except for Ramonaa, that slut.
What do you mean, Andre? Ramona didn't say no. She wanted to fuck. You said no. You're the slut. At this point, Melanoma tells him that she has a boyfriend, and then he asks her about her dad, and then they decide to kiss.
Only if you impress the girl.
Now, I think that like doing the classic magic finger trick would be enough for this gal, but he decides to serenade her, and it's all very uncomfortable. Fun fact, I read an interview with Christina Jacobs, the writer and director of this movie, and apparently this beach scene was one of the toughest one to shoot. We had one dreadful night when we shot the scene on the beach. It was windy and cold. Viewers will never know how few degrees the seawater had. Anyway, they start a bone. There's a really weird and queasy-inducing scene, and Melanoma starts to sweat everywhere into a puddle.
Wait a minute, I can't show you this part. There are children in the audience, for crying out loud.
He keeps insisting children are watching this. Do they play this at schools in Romania?
But I swear it was as sweet and delicious as a heavenly dessert.
Oh, I love that line reading so much. And the next morning, him and his mom are checking out, and he tells the bartender,
I just had a date with Anemona last night.
And I fucked your mother last night.
now that's fucking sick. That's the sickest shit I've seen. Andre wants to say goodbye to Pneumonia, but apparently she's been fired. She's sad. Her boyfriend's coming to pick her up, and he's like, no, don't go. And so they have an emotional hug, at which point he's like,
You know what? Fuck that. It's my story. It was raining hardcore. It was raining like the Great Flood was coming.
They immediately cut to a shot where you can only see like 4 little spittles of spit, I'm assuming. I'm assuming they hired many professional spitters for that scene. So Andre is sad again, he misses Anemona, and he gets a text from Ramona saying that she was beat up. So he's like, I gotta go there.
Are you alright?
Do I fucking look alright?
I mean, you don't look terrible. That doesn't... Well, show me that up close. Show me that you're bruised.
I have a girlfriend now.
Really?
So Ramona's starting to get jealous. She's like, who's that girl? What, you kissing some girl? Yeah, right, you got no girl.
Fuck you. She's real. I just can't prove it.
You know, that's what they say about aliens. And God, too.
Got to, brother. She's so cool. I love her.
Crazy about me! You always come running like a puppy.
A puppy don't go la. It's just simply not how puppies go. And then she ends up slapping him. She'll say, I'll tell him you did this. I'll tell the cops you did this. And he's like, no. And he leaves. He then calls up his old pal Nemenona and he says, hey, I'm gonna come visit. Can I come? And she says, sure. Forget my boyfriend. Who cares? And they dance, and it's like a strange homage to Meat and Fuck Flash games. So they're boning in the bathroom, and the bouncer comes up, and he's like, were you two fucking? And he says, yeah.
Wrong motherfucking answer.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Why? Why are you using 7-year-old memes? To what end? And so they take a shower, and then she's like, again, I don't want to be with you, this is bad. So he walks out, and he delivers this line so well.
They all tell you how it will pass, how it doesn't really matter what happens right now.
I don't know. And this part gets real bad. Ramona spreads rumors that he's gay, and he's like, I'm done with women. The only woman that hangs out with him is this fat lady. And it gets real bad. She drugs him. He has some meme-inspired hallucinations. And of course it's all riddled with like terrible 2006 fat jokes. Stuff I'd assume that Netflix would be too woke for. I mean, the Fab Five is on there. They're the strongest women I know. So apparently his other friend is now distraught because people think he's gay.
Well, at least you didn't bone Jabba the Hutt.
Jesus, could you imagine Toucan and Birdie hearing this? Anyway, Andre is like, that's enough, I'm gonna stand up to
But
them.
today is the day I say no more.
And his amazing plan is to just send the fat lady a note from Silvio saying he likes her. And then just shitty chaos ensues, and there's some of the worst blood effects I've seen. I've seen 9-year-olds with straight up autism create better blood splatters than this. And so Andre finally gets his date with Ramona. He immediately starts nagging her.
This is what you understand by comfortable?
What?
And he takes her to his crypt where like she falls and he's like, yeah, take a tumble, girl. Who cares? Now you must be thinking, she broke her ankle, right? They added a sound effect of a bone cracking. No, she's fine. They're out on the roof just hanging. We added the crack thing just for fun. It's subverting your expectations. You wouldn't expect a bone to just crack all of a sudden, right? Gotcha, comedy. Andre once again tells the girl she's the most beautiful girl, but our little Andre, he's still into an Amamna. Poor guy. But he's still down to fuck. But now Ramona is like, nah.
You're all the same after all, aren't you?
And despite Ramona's lack of interest, they go over to her house and kinda fuck in front of her parents. He tries to pull like, I'm not gonna fuck you move, but she's like, yeah, you are. So Ramona is like, yeah, I love you, let's do this. And his reaction is so good.
After all, I was in love with the girl for practically forever. And now she was asking me to be with her? Wow. Impossible is nothing, I guess.
Sky is but ceiling to break. So Andre and Ramona are now a thing, guys. Until he gets a text message from Panona. And she says, bitch, I'm gonna be there in an hour. You better be waiting for me. And I fucking love lilies. They're my favorite flower. So Andre says, I gotta go. And Ramona is like, what, where? And he says, I have another girlfriend. And she...
You have another girlfriend?
laughs it off and decides that it's a euphemism for taking a shit.
Holy shit.
Oh, sure. I understand. You gotta go pick up your girlfriend.
I cannot bridge the lingual gap here. I don't know how this happened, but this is the joke that affects the storyline. So he meets Anemia and they kiss for a while. There's a bunch of people dancing. It's really trying to sell tickets, so you visit Romania. It seems like a lovely place. There's this terribly long scene where the mom is showing Anemona baby pics and telling her how much he pooed as a baby.
Every time we put him in the bath, he'd poo. What did you do with that? Well, at the beginning, hair. Winky, 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 winky.
That's what you did about it? You went winky, winky, winky? No, that's not an answer. You're a bad mom. Wipe the boy. And so Ramona calls him. She's like, we gotta keep dating. Keep sending me lilies.
You will bring me lilies.
And he's like, I don't know what to do. He talks to his mom. Ice cream or pancakes? Which one will I choose for the rest of my life? Well, how do I do this? There's this really dope and relevant would you like to be a millionaire joke, or one of the answers is big black banana. This movie gotta end sometime. He has sex again with pneumonia. There's this disgusting bit. And all of a sudden Ramona's downstairs, dressed like a slutty monk, trying to suck him off in public. What's going on? And he's like, I can't do this, we're breaking up.
I'm sorry. I chose the ice cream.
Now, I am certain that was a mistake. When they were editing this, they were like, we know it's a dramatic scene, but he bonked his edges so fucking good, we gotta keep it in. Roll it back.
Ow.
What ice cream?
Even the actress is like giggling and like, what ice cream? Trying to stay in character. And then like cuts to her being dramatic again.
So, this is me now. I live in Bucharest. I wrote a best-selling book, and everything seems perfect.
Now, you might think this movie's ending, but no, there's 20 more minutes. Jesus, he looks like a little girl got a hold of Sims and just went nuts. So our Sims boy is out the bar, and guess who shows up? Yes, Ramona. And she's up to her old seductive ways. I don't care about that. What I do care about, these fucking background actors didn't give a shit. They were told to just take a walk. And they're like, So he declines her advances, and she's like, come on, I'll drive you home. And he's like, no, it's a bad idea, but he does it anyway. He keeps texting with his babe, and she's like, I'm crashing into a wall. No, I wish. They talk about it. She's like, I still got feelings. She goes for the crying dick sucking move. And it works. It works for her. He doesn't move her. He's like, maybe he froze. I don't know. I don't want to victim blame here. It's really hard to figure out this scene. It's a very gray and blurry line. So Andre feels bad. He goes over to his friend's house and he gives him the solemn advice of just lying. He comes back home and there's just... it's just a webpage for a bus ticket and a notepad that says, I left you, I'm sorry. And then it gets cleared up by Ramona's text. She says, I kind of told her, buy me lilies. And he's just out there crying, poor Andre.
Well, boo fucking who.
And then the ending of the movie, it's so weird. We had a narrator this whole time that is clearly like his future self. And he starts talking to present day Andre.
Watch your mouth in the presence of, the Almighty.
He tells him he's God and that he can walk on water just so he falls in water. And then present day Andre realizes,
You can take me wherever I want? Where do you want to go?
yeah, we're back to the beginning of the movie. Classic shitty movie trope.
You gonna hook up with her?
So what is he gonna do? Is he gonna change what he did with Ramona? You know, maybe like do... no, just punch his friend?
You do know you could have just gone back to last night and not got blown by Ramona, right?
That's how it ends, with a joke pointing out how bad the ending is. This movie is so insalicious in its hate towards women, the chaddish character growth of Andre. I can imagine many sexually frustrated kids watching this over and over again, like I did as a boy. So maybe this movie is great? Yeah, I think it's a good movie. Never mind, guys, I take it all back. Go out and watch O Ramona. It's playing in about a dozen rundown theaters across Eastern Europe. And I'd like to thank my sponsor. They are 200 people who support me on Patreon. If you'd like to see more, make sure everyone in your home is asleep and shoot me a text. I'll be right over.